Richard, aka MetalFan230 here. I'm just going to make this video. About a week ago I posted a video. I recently hit 150 subs and I sort of did a little Q&A thing. Just leave your questions. It's been about a week and I don't think anybody else is leaving any questions. So I got a few good questions. So yeah. And before I get into that, I also want to do a little CD update. I got 4 new CDs. They're pretty weird, sort of old school shit. And so it's very diverse. I have some rock, a few rock, some metal, and a couple old school hip hop stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I gotta love this. I just got this. I'm not the biggest fan, but there's a few good songs I like, which is a Bon Jovi Crossroads thing. It's a best of thing. I just received it not a while ago. It's just very interesting. There's a few good songs I like from Bon Jovi, but I'm not the hugest fan, to be honest. Alright, next CD I gotten is from one of my favorite rappers. One of my old school rappers, if you can see it. It's Kid Rock Cocky. It's an old school thing. I'm not a fan of this. A huge fan of this. There's a few songs I like from this album. That's it. Then we get to an old band. I don't think they're around anymore. If you know the rapper Ice-T, it's his band called Body Count, which is pretty good. I have to say my favorite songs are probably Body Motherfucking Count, Killin' Floor, and I think a few other songs. It's a pretty good band. I have to say, you should check it out. And the last CD I got, which could be a bit controversial. Well, it's sort of one of the controversial rap groups of all time, which is 2 Live Crew, As Nasty as They Wanna Be. Covering this up because the front cover is a bit bad. It had some girls' butts. But yeah. Anyway, that's just my little CD update. Now back to the Q&A thing. I got in a couple questions. So yeah, I'm going to answer them right now. I'm just going down. I have my laptop right here. So I'm going to answer these questions. Let's start going down the line. First question is from Tim P. Warrior. He asks, any bands you wished were still together? Actually, yes. I wish that the band Death were still together. I wish Chuck Schuldiner hadn't died. I wish they would have made more albums. I wish I could have seen them live, but I was hardly even born yet. And even if I was born around Sound of Perseverance, I was like 4 years old when that album came out. And I wish I could have seen Death live. They were fucking one of the best death metal bands, in my opinion. Any bands? Let's see. I don't think of any other bands. I think that's the only band I think. It's really tough to think, but yeah, sorry dude. Okay, next question's from Cannibal Alice. He says, what is your favorite food? Definitely, I have not a favorite food, but I like favorite foods, plural. I like cheeseburger, macaroni, pizza, ice cream, s'mores. I really like those deep blizzards at Dairy Queen. It tastes really delicious. I'm just sorry. Just think about it just makes me hungry. I want some Doritos and I also like to drink some Sprite and Pepsi and other stuff. I just like to eat a lot. Alright. And he also asks, what is your favorite movie? I recently seen this movie, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, with Jim Carrey. I especially love the scene with Cannibal Corpse. Whenever I see Jim Carrey on that stage, I just literally laugh. It's harder than I've ever laughed. That's just a really funny movie. You should check that out. Alright, next question's from Iron Met L222, which is my good friend Logan. Shout out to you, dude. You asked, congrats, bud. What is your favorite review you've done? Wow. Well, all of my reviews are pretty interesting. I think one review I can remember doing is I did a review of Iowa by Slipknot, where I had this idea where it was on Halloween, and I had this idea where I dressed up as Jim Root, who's one of my favorite members. The idea just popped in my head, so it was pretty interesting. I pretty much like all my reviews, and they're all different in their own way, but I think my Iowa review is the one that sort of stands out, because I dressed up as a Slipknot member, which is pretty interesting. Okay, next question is from CNation7799. Your top 10 metal bands. I think I answered this in my last Q&A, but I'll answer it again. Slipknot, Iron Maiden, Dream Theater, Avenged Sevenfold, Trivium, Cannibal Corpse, Megadeth. It's hard to think. Korn, Disturbed, and Slayer. Those are my top 10 bands. Alright, next question is from Ruthless Conviction 212. He says, are you excited for Korn's new album? I think so. I've heard there's a lot of mixed feedback, especially where they first put out Never Never. I did a track review and I didn't like it. And I should also point out that a lot of people bitched about me on that. And then there's also Love and Meth, which is better than Never Never. So I'm I don't really know. But I also considered getting it the special edition with the Reconciliation DVD, documentary of how Head had rejoined Korn and stuff. And it's very interesting. I might get it, I might not get it. So you'll never know. Okay, last one is from Nakuma Vekan. He says, wow, what a surprise by the shout. Thanks. And he says he left some questions on my discussion page, part of my channel some days ago, so you want me to put it there as well. And he says, I'm not really big on Cannibal Corpse, at least not on the songs that I've checked out, but maybe I can check them out once again. Then which albums would you suggest to me? Well, dude, I would totally recommend Tomb of the Mutilated, because I don't know, that's just one of the classic death metal albums of all time. Just check out that album. I mean, that's the best album in the Chris Barnes era. Now with the Corpse Grinder era, probably Bloodthirst or Torture, their most recent album. And you said you also had checked the discussion. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm just going on my computer. He says he left something on the discussion part of my channel. Okay. He asked, why did you start your channel? Well, because I wanted to start this channel because I've seen a lot of reviewers out there on YouTube. I wanted to try to do my own thing, you know. Just wanted to do reviews and also see updates, and I also film local shows around the Georgia area, and I also want to try going to bigger concerts since I'm using a smartphone. Alright, what's your goal with it today? Keep reviewing and doing the same shit I've always said before. Alright, he says, pros and cons with metal sites / forums like Metal Storm and Encyclopedia Metal Forum. Just because I think they're sort of good, try to sort of keep up with what's going on in the metal world, like sort of the news. So that way I can also try to keep up with it, and also new albums that are coming out, and I also want to try to check them out and try to review them as well. So I think that's the good stuff. I don't think there's any cons with metal forums and websites. But yeah, anyway, that's just my little video, my Q&A video. Thanks for all the questions. I know this isn't probably the best one I've done, but yeah, just thanks for all, and I'll answer some more questions, make another Q&A video in the near future. Just see you later, guys, and keep it metal.